Hello and welcome to the Metal Cell podcast. I'm delighted to say I've been joined by Doyle and Ralf from Wolf Counsel. How are you, lads?
Pretty
Not too
good.
bad.
Yeah, it's a beautiful evening for it, isn't it?
It is pretty spectacular.
Yeah. So,
I'm not in Wolf Counsel though.
yeah, how many bands are you in though? That's the problem. Soothsayer,
Rolling
Kent.
Stones.
Beatles kicked you out naturally.
Yeah, that's fair enough, really.
Yeah. So it's been a mad few days, few weeks actually. Just want to bring you back. The last time I saw you was actually a Monomart in Behemoth.
Yep.
And were you at that, Ralph?
No,
Ah,
but
okay.
I was in the country.
Yes.
But I decided to not attend.
That was a bad miss, man.
Well, I just returned from a job in Spain, and so I had metal enough.
You had metal enough. And of course, what was like your impressions of it? You must have been blown away like me, yeah?
Of the Behemoth, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not often you get to watch metal bands play in a big giant castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was class. It's really well organized. Like, there was no faffing about trying to, waiting to get in or anything. You just, here's my ticket. Yeah, go in.
Yeah, and you could get
Job
some
done.
drink as well.
You could,
Yeah.
if you were over 18.
Were you drinking that night? I'm not sure. I know I was.
I may have had one or two Chardonnays.
Okay, very nice.
The
The pinky was up.
it was. Pinky is permanently up. Both of them.
Gaydar, huh?
It's it's constantly up, and when I'm giving devil horns, I'm not actually. It's just I'm trying to point. But it's just this is permanently up.
So people get confused.
That they do. Yeah.
So that was a Monomart, and then of course we'll reverse all the ways back to Saturday. Of course, again we met up for Metal United.
We did indeed.
So that was eventful. There was some great bands at it. The sound was just absolutely amazing.
It was great, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Cypress Avenue is a fantastic venue.
Yeah.
They did a great job with it. They really did.
So shout out to Danny there for that, man.
Yeah.
Well done, Danny. Which brings us nicely along because again, Cypress Avenue will be used once more for another metal event that's coming in August. And I'll just hand you over to Con there. He'll give it the details.
What are you talking about?
Would it be Monolith?
Oh yeah. Yeah. So Monolith is happening on the 3rd of August.
Yeah.
And will feature, what is it, 14 bands?
Yeah.
It is,
I think
it is
14
14
bands.
bands.
Yeah. So a whole heap of metal.
Yes.
Yeah. So really looking forward to that. As a spectator, mostly. 'Cause
Okay.
I'd imagine it's going to be quite a long day of running around.
Yeah, actually,
like
come
a
to think
headless
of it,
chicken.
you're off actually. As such, you're not actually playing. Are you? Are you going to make a guest appearance?
No, I've decided to stop playing gigs that I've organised.
Might be a bad idea. Yeah.
It's a pain in the hoop.
Yeah.
It really is. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I mean, like playing a gig is kind of, you've got a certain amount of stress and logistics and stuff to look after, and you're worried about playing a show, and then as a promoter on top of it, then so it's you're pulling double duty.
You
at
are
the same time.
I mean, I
And,
saw it firsthand with Danny, man. He was stressed up to the fucking eyeballs.
It's a stressful thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're, like kind of hoping to cover your costs, and you're kind of waiting for people to come in with one eye, kind of like looking at the door, going, "Come on."
Yeah.
And then bands. I am one of these people who plays in bands, and I have on occasion asked silly questions to promoters.
Okay.
stuff like, how does this plug into this and stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So so you have to deal with all that fun stuff.
What about you, Ralph? What are you looking at there? What are you looking forward to?
Well, I'll be handling the technical side, the stage side of the festival.
Okay. Cool.
And I know, especially the Austrian band Craic plays Pungent Stench. I know them personally for quite a long time now.
Okay.
So looking forward to meeting old friends.
Yes.
And lovers.
I wouldn't go as far as that, but We shared a couple of pints before.
I'm glad you said pints.
Pints of what?
Beer and Chardonnay.
Okay, I'd share it now. Pinkies up.
Can't behave.
Yeah, I'm trying my best.
So what about it? Like, come on, there's a load of bands here. Let's run through them here. Let's start from the bottom. I have a list made out here. So Spirit Merchant.
Yep.
Going along nicely at the moment.
And they're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them. When did I see them? Did
They played with our Chaos
they?
there.
Yeah,
right,
that was.
lately,
No, I saw their first gig. So
which was I was at that in Fred Zeppelin's.
Yeah.
Supporting Zahora.
This is the thing. We go to too many gigs.
Yeah,
It kind
it
of
was
all-
Zahora, yeah, and Corrosa played as well.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the one. Yeah, that was. They were phenomenal.
Yeah.
And you know, like when you see a band playing their first gig, often you're kind of going, okay, they're going to be messy and loose, and you
I
know.
think they were a bit loose, which was fine though.
But that's the type of music as well, you know.
Yeah.
But man, they nailed it. And
Yeah.
you know, like normally I come away from first gigs and you know I might kind of go, oh yeah, I'm looking forward now to seeing them kind of hone that, and yeah, it was just like it was already kind of fully realized songs, which I was surprised by, but then also not surprised because like I play in a band with Leon.
Yeah.
He plays bass in Mendicant, and
I think he's a lot more of a free role with Spirit Merchant.
yeah.
Definitely. You can see it like.
But you know,
the bass runs are just fucking great to watch, man.
it's class. Yeah. And he's a pro, like, and the other lads. I mean, Colin, he's in
It's just
Zora.
they're bringing a wealth of experience to it, like,
They really are, and Ollie, then of course,
and good
so-
tunes as well.
Yeah.
What about Grave Sermon?
They're really good. Do you know them?
No.
Okay. They're very good.
Okay.
Very very dirty.
Yes.
Mountains of men.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Sexual dynamos. Sorry.
Well, what are we gonna do? It's just gonna.
I only know him like this.
Okay, that's
So,
fair enough. So do I. Yeah.
But he's still my friend.
Yes.
For no.
So where are they from?
They're from sort of Dublin-y area.
Okay.
Leinster
Right.
thereabouts. Yeah, they may be from a different county
Yeah.
than Dublin, but yeah,
Play good music and a good metal.
yeah,
Cool.
they're great. Yeah, I don't think they have anything out at the moment, or certainly they didn't.
Oh, it was a good
But
opportunity.
I heard some demos and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got onto me looking for just a gig
Right.
in Cork, and
So they land that one. That's
I
a
said,
nice one.
yeah, I'd throw you in there. They were one of the first bands to confirm, actually.
Cool. What about Vow?
Vow are class as well. They're a post-black metal band from the UK,
Right.
and they're wonderful.
Right.
Very hard to tag on Facebook, though.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Some bands are like that. I wouldn't
Yeah.
blame them as well. What about you, Ralph? There, Rune Kingdom.
Rome.
Rome.
I think
Rome.
That's from
yeah.
that's from your mother, Tom.
it is.
Yeah.
It means room.
Room. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were
Room
actually
Kingdom.
kind of right when you said Room Kingdom.
Yeah. I only know them from the internet.
Okay.
So, but in general, I think the lineup for this festival is very diverse,
Yeah.
and there's something for everybody.
Yeah. We're just going through 'em. I want to go through everyone just as a little preview.
Of course, of course.
Zohora, enough said. Fantastic. From the bogs
Of
Ogiska.
Ogiska.
Seeing them in the siege, very unusual.
I hadn't had the chance to see
Yeah,
them because
I liked it,
we're
yeah.
playing almost at the same time as them.
Oh yeah, actually
Yeah.
yes, I got G and Boggs roughly at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because as I said, it's a tough one with them.
Well,
I think they divide the audience.
Yeah.
You know,
They do
which
a
is
bit.
good. Which
It
is good.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you're kind of
So the Ghost. you know.
yeah.
Um,
Ghost.
but
Fuck Ghost.
the-
Sorry, but
but there you go. I love Ghost.
Yeah.
Heavy metal ABBA.
yeah.
So the Bogs, you see the thing with the Limerick show is that they, you know, had to make room for Eddie Lenihan in that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they couldn't really whip out massive, heavy black metal distortion
Right.
and have him talking. So like it had to be sort of an ambient thing that they were doing. I personally thought it was fantastic, but
Yeah.
then I just Eddie Lenihan, I think he someone put a spell on me
Right.
at some point.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that I'm just in love with Eddie Lennon.
No, well, there you go.
So I was actually talking to one of the lads from the Bogs, and the plan is that they're actually going to play a lot of the for Monolith. They're going to be playing a lot of a heavier set.
Right.
That they're not going to be doing so much ambient stuff. They're going to be sticking kind of to.
I think it might suit it better.
I think so.
Looking
But
at the lineup as well.
I'll be happy with whatever they do. To be honest, I think they're great.
Yeah. King Witch. Who wants to take that one? Over
King
to you
Witch.
again, Con.
Did you play with King Witch?
No.
Before?
No.
King Witch, Scottish, doom band.
Yeah.
They're class.
Okay. So-
Female fronted, which is always good to see. Always
Yeah.
good to see some ladies in metal.
Yes, very much so. Yeah.
Because it can be a bit of a boys' club. But they're fantastic. We had them themselves around Kingdom, 100 Man, which is the next
Yeah.
band. But they played the 1 year Paranoid Beast party
Right.
in Fred's, and phenomenal.
Cool.
Yeah, they were great.
Who wants to take the next one?
100 Man,
Well, yeah.
They're from Leeds.
Yeah, they're fucking class. That's
they're
my opinion.
unreal.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Simple as that.
Yeah, they
Look forward to seeing
destroyed
them.
Fred's.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah.
And the Limerick, Dolan's then in Limerick the
Yes.
following night. Like
Yeah, it worked out well, actually. Damn 'em.
Great.
Yeah.
Dirty black metal-y stuff.
Right.
Veterans.
You know 'em,
of
don't you?
the,
Yeah.
no, only. I think only one of them who played in
Ackercock.
Cocky.
Oh, yes.
Ackercock.
I don't.
Ackercock.
Still to this day, I don't know how it's pronounced.
We saw
Yeah.
them actually in Bloodstock.
Okay.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce it.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah.
we all know.
Yes.
What-
Yes. And their videos are fucking very good,
Yeah,
actually. I
yeah.
like their videos.
Yeah, they're class.
Yeah.
They're great. They played in Cork as well.
They did.
Years back.
Years ago. You're right.
Yeah.
I think it might have been for the Winterfest. I might be wrong, but it was. I think it was
I
the
have
Cruise
some
Lawn.
recollection. It was the Crushkin Lawn,
Yeah.
but it was a standalone gig, I think.
Okay, might have been. Yeah,
I could be
it
wrong.
was
on that
definitely the Cruise Lawn. Anyway.
Yep,
Yeah.
correct.
Looking forward to. So that's his band, is it?
Yeah,
One of the lads.
yeah.
Mhm.
Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. Okay.
Um,
So, Ralph, you take the next one. Malthusian.
Malthusian, I only know from the internet too.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So, in my opinion, brilliant.
Right.
What I heard,
Okay.
you know, I'm very much looking forward to all of them, seeing them live.
Right.
You know, because it's always a different situation. Of course.
How did they come into your crosshairs, Con?
I knew of them, and then I've known of them for years.
Mm.
Sorry, I saw them play years ago in the print shop. God rest his soul.
Well,
In Malthusian and Zam, kind of
Right.
co-headline gig. And it was unreal. And I wasn't actually. I'd taken a break from booking gigs at that point. Because it was a couple of years ago, and sure. When I was putting that, I actually wanted them for Monolith last year,
okay.
but they couldn't make it. I think Johnny was on tour with Conan or something. He wasn't able to play it.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to make it. But so I was just that kind of. They were in the back of my mind then for this year.
Yeah, they'd be a great addition.
Oh, excellent! Yeah.
Okay. Go on. Pronounce it there, Ralph. Tourism.
Terzij de Horde.
Yes.
The Horde.
Yes. Go for it, man.
Netherlands.
What are
Band.
we expecting?
Black metal.
Post-black metal stuff, yeah.
Mixed with something else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you very
Yeah.
rarely get just one genre anymore, do you?
No.
No.
There has to
And
be.
it's quite often hard to put your
Yeah.
finger on exactly what type of music people play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's with you younger people.
Oh, you young,
Yeah.
you young
Jesus
whippersnappers.
Christ. So we're looking forward to them. Sodomized Cadaver. Yeah. No,
Sounds like
them.
a
They're
busy
fucking
weekend.
excellent.
They really are, and they put on a great show.
Yeah.
I met them when I was playing in Gathoum with
Right.
Soothsayer last summer, and so yeah.
So that was
I
how
saw
the
them and
contact
I-
was made. Did you just throw
Yeah.
it out to him?
Yeah.
Cool.
And Gavin, the fella, he's the drummer in Sodomized Cadaver. He he promotes over he does Eradication Fest, and he runs Eradication Booking as
Okay,
well.
shout out to Eradication Fest. Where's that on?
Wales.
Wales. All right.
Yeah,
okay.
that was a terrible Welsh accent. So yeah, just cut it out.
Nah, leave it in there. Shrek.
Shirenk. That's his.
Probably sounds like Shrek.
That's
does, yeah.
Martin's surname.
Yes.
Shirenk plays Punkin Stench.
Okay. What's the relationship there? Do you know each other for years?
Yeah. I play in a couple of bands, not only Wolf Counsel. Wolf
Okay.
Counsel's only like a side project. So
Right.
I play in a death metal band as well, which is going on for 25 years now.
Name
And
drop, please.
we're Requiem
Okay.
from Switzerland, and we toured and played festivals a lot with Punkin Stench. So
Okay.
that's where the
That's where the
connection comes
relationship
from.
developed.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
And of course, the last one.
Rotting Christ.
I have my box set here. If you
Oh,
could all
nice.
see it, upside down, inside out, fucking amazing band.
Great album,
It's
the
fucking
new one.
class.
Yeah, it really
Class.
is good.
It's
Um,
actually probably maybe my favorite.
Really,
That's the one.
even favoriter than Thy Mighty Contract.
I know. It's
High
a tough
praise
one, but
indeed.
at the moment, that's how I'm feeling about it.
Okay. Yeah.
At the moment, I'm shocked.
Hmm.
I just love the whole
Yeah.
dynamic of it.
Oh, it's great.
Um,
I was blown away.
Christ.
And if I'm being perfectly honest, I was I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I do.
Yeah.
You know?
If Ridley Scott was a fucking death metal fan, he'd have that album playing non-stop, man.
He probably does.
Yeah, well, we'll
Yeah.
never know, but I mean, fucking hell, I'm thinking Gladiator, all my favourite ones to this soundtrack. It's just class.
Yeah, it is. It's savage. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd say they'd be more than likely playing quite a
I'd
few
be
songs
very
off that.
interested to see how they'll actually translate that live.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah, yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
How big's your budget?
Budget is
He
well and
grimaces.
truly
He grimaces.
truly eaten now at this point.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah.
So so that's basically a swift review of what's coming up. I think there's a competition as well, which Con is going to announce.
Oh yeah, so so we're running a competition. You don't have to like, you don't have to share, you don't have to do any of that stuff. All you have to do is, if you've already bought a ticket, or if you're planning on buying a ticket, do so before July 20th, and you'll automatically be entered into a draw to upgrade said ticket to AAA pass and access all areas pass. So
The
it'll be
golden ticket.
the golden ticket. I got a golden ticket.
The Willy Wonka.
So there'll be two of those
Two
up
of
for
them.
grabs.
Okay, excellent. Fair
So so two lucky chocolate fans, metal fans will be.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of had a kind of golden ticket doing the Metal Cell podcast at Metal United because I was up in the green room, and I tell you, it is well worth winning because you're rubbing shoulders with all the important people in the metal industry, especially for Monolith anyway. Especially, be nice to have an old pinky up and toast with rotten
One
Christ.
or two Chardonnays.
Yes, you know.
Yeah.
Fuck it. So that's a nice one, lads. Thank you very much for throwing that one out here. So that's cool. So let's go back, Ralph. Let's bring you all the ways back to Switzerland because I'm intrigued, man. It is rare I'd have someone from Switzerland, Anna.
Yeah, I'm from Germany originally,
Oh, fucking hell.
but I live in Switzerland for almost 20 years.
Ruined it.
But I live in Ireland now for 3 months, so
Yeah, you qualify for the show, man. You qualify
Thank
for
you.
the show.
thank you very
Definitely.
much.
But
I feel welcome.
so how old are you, first of all?
How old I am? Nearly 46.
All right, Con, he's with us, man. He's with us. He's old school.
Yeah.
So how did you get into metal? And you remember, I'm going to take you right back now, man.
Yeah. I know a school friend of mine has an older brother, and he introduced us to I don't know what was the first tape I had. I think it was Iron Maiden, Power Slave.
Okay.
I'm
That would have been
pretty
around
sure.
the time, yeah.
Yeah, and the first real vinyl LP I bought myself that I had money for actually was
Tell the truth, man. Tell the truth.
No, it was The Legacy by Testament.
Fucking hell.
And then everything after that,
It
yeah.
fell into place naturally.
Yeah. And then I kind of started to play bass in 86, 87, and played my first show in 88, and from never stopped since.
Did you actually stay on bass right through?
Yeah.
You didn't
I started with drums when I was 14, but due to lack of practice space without neighbors, I switched very fast to the 4 strings.
And when did you make the transition into Switzerland? Was that with your family or was it on your own?
No,
or what happened?
it was on my own because in the area where I'm coming from, the south of Germany, there weren't many jobs back then.
Right, okay.
Which maybe some people can relate to, moving to another country.
Happens a lot here.
Yeah. And so I moved to Switzerland, met my wife, and she's actually Spanish. And it's very European. Our family is very European. And then we spent our honeymoon in Ireland. So
yeah, you won't get out of Ireland, man. We'll try not to. We'll try not to release you yet. Anyway, we'll hold you for another bit. What part of Switzerland did you move into?
Zurich.
Yeah, you had to, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No, there's a few famous metalheads strolling around
Switzerland. Oh yeah. I was playing in Switzerland before I moved there.
Right.
And I work for some Swiss metal bands as well.
Come on, give us a few name drops.
I would work for Messiah.
Messiah. There's CDs there of Messiah.
They're actually recording a new album till the end of this year, so there should be some more live entertainment.
Did you visit the Geiger Museum?
Yeah, I've been there too. Yeah. You've been there?
No. See any curators walking around the place with the initials TW anywhere now? You have met him?
No.
I've met him actually.
Yeah. No.
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice dude.
But you should see.
The book is there alongside you.
Oh yeah. You should see the place. It's recommendable.
Oh, like fuck's sake, man! If I'm ever in Zurich, that's where I'm going. Apart from Tom G. Warrior's house, where I'll stalk.
Call over whenever you're there.
That is.
You're always welcome.
That's cool. How about that, Con?
What?
Zurich, would it have any appeal to you? Just to make the trip over, just to.
They were at our place.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah, Soothsayer played there in Zurich, and we played in
St. Gallen
as well. Yeah, it was class. Yeah, probably not for you guys having 5 sweaty, drunken Irish louts.
It was craic.
4 and 1. He's not
because they all slept in our apartment.
Jesus.
Yeah, but my wife, she was really into the hospitality.
She was, in fairness.
Services.
Did she have the pickles for Pavel?
We actually bought one, yeah.
You had to?
Yeah.
1 pickle.
Yeah, only one, of course.
That's all.
Now a full jar of.
No. And so, like, Zurich for you was just a 1-day quick in and out, or
no,
had
we
you
went.
a bit of time,
we had a bit of time. We flew in the day before the gig.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Thursday to Sunday.
All right, okay.
My appendix exploded like shortly before I was due to go over. So I probably shouldn't have gone, but I turned up held together by
gaffer tape,
whiskey and whiskey in a dream.
Yeah, fortunately you turned up.
I did turn up, and we played a couple of gigs, and it was fantastic.
What were the Swiss crowd like?
Really good.
Is there a big scene over there?
It's funny though, because do you know the way here? If you play a gig, you come off stage and everybody's like, they go, "Oh, nice set."
Yeah, you'll get the handshake as well, of course.
Yeah, the handshake,
or
whatever's going. But they'll approach you and they'll chat to you. It doesn't happen over in Switzerland.
Really?
Yeah. So I came off stage and I went out,
being friendly and looking for hugs. And
went out and
having beers and
went outside for a fag. No one came over.
What?
Not one person.
Stared,
like all the way out.
They just talked amongst themselves.
They didn't really talk among themselves. It's very different.
Yeah.
Over there, but like
In almost all German-speaking countries, it's like that. But especially in Switzerland, people are
Is it respectful or what is it?
Yeah. It's the mentality of, especially in Switzerland, it's the mentality of, oh, they just played a gig, we don't want to disturb them, something like that.
Okay.
It's not meant to be rude for people who come to Switzerland the first time. It maybe feels a little bit cold or anonymous.
Yeah.
Right.
Which it is in daily life. It is
Okay.
like that in comparison to here, because I can compare the two.
Yes. Okay.
Here it takes I don't know, maybe 30 seconds when you go to a pub, and you end up having a chat the whole night.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it's like Con said, it's the total opposite of that in especially in Switzerland, but in all German-speaking countries, it's people tend to not have a chat to people in bands in the underground.
Yeah.
If you would be in a famous band, would be something else, of course, but apart from that, still, when you're from an English-speaking country playing in a German-speaking country, you have that I call it always the exotic bonus, because people are more interested in that for whatever reason than if it would be a domestic band.
Right. Okay.
So.
Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Just another mentality, culture,
Yeah.
whatever.
I find it very strange.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
So if there's any Swiss listening, you don't have to be respectful. Just come up and tell me I'm brilliant,
Yeah.
please.
And rub your feet. Clean your feet.
No, they never get cleaned. My feet are extremely clean. How dare you?
Yeah.
Because they're on show the whole time. You know?
Kind of hobbit.
Yeah.
Ish.
I'm gonna get tattoos of shoelaces, I think, on my feet.
So the perception of Irish metal abroad,
Yeah.
Ralph.
Yeah.
Can you give us your view on it? Just kind of as someone that's kind of drifted in and out by the sounds of it,
Well, I thought about it
Okay.
in the past couple of years since having more connections to people here, of course, and thinking back to the end of the 80s up until now, I think it only recently became known that there is a metal scene in Ireland,
which is totally fair enough. Yep.
which is maybe due to touring bands coming from here,
Yeah.
like
Suppose
Yeah.
like
Primordial, for example, or who else?
U2.
Gamma Bomb, maybe from
yeah,
the
I get
north.
another one, yeah.
But people know that bands like Tin Lizzy, for example, are
Yeah.
from here, or
Yeah,
some great musicians coming from
Yeah.
the island of Ireland.
So you're saying
Of
it's
course.
relatively new. You're not going back farther than 5
no.
years.
No, not like
Yeah.
that. But in the 2000s,
Yeah.
but not in the 90s,
Yeah.
not before that. I don't think so. But there's a perception of the Irish metal scene,
Yeah.
because I know a couple of guys that run underground labels, and they're very interested what's going on here, because it's quite different than what's going on in other European countries.
Well, I mean, Soothsayer.
For example, you can't put it in one category. It's very diverse. It's you know what I mean. It's style from the style. It's so mixed up with so many different elements.
I can think of like a few bands that actually kind of would definitely benefit from hitting Europe.
Oh, big
Um,
time, yeah.
There's some obvious ones as well. I mean, I'm just thinking of 10 Ton Slug now in Kaiserslautern. I mean, how are they going to react to Ronan when he comes off the stage? Like, they will,
Yeah.
he's going to chase him down.
Oh, yeah, totally.
So it's just interesting.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It's a scene that's probably more accessible now, obviously, with social media and stuff.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
hoping that Irish bands hitting European festivals.
Yeah. Why shouldn't they?
Yeah.
It's not that far. for us, for example, it feels to me coming here, it feels like taking a bus because it's only 2 hours
Yeah.
from our airport to Cork Airport,
Yeah.
for example.
What do you think yourself, Con? What's your perception on it? I mean, you're
Well,
playing in bands. Like, okay, so you got over to
Got
what was it
home
called?
and it's difficult enough to get off this godforsaken rock, because if you're a band in Europe, on mainland Europe, you can rent a van and you can flake off to your neighbouring country.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that here. You have to. You have to.
Your costs start when you hit mainland, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, even like we'll say bringing a guitar on a flight, that's an extra cost.
How much is it actually?
A lot of people just buy seats. Like I put when we were playing in Malta not too long ago, and I booked my guitar in a hard case into the luggage, into the
Right.
check-in luggage. So that was grand. Took it off the other side, and my volume control, one of my volume control knobs had come off, and the switch for the pickups had been like pushed in
Jesus.
through a hard case. So you're
And
kind
was
of
there any external damage? Obviously.
No. I don't know if it was just shaking around the place like mad.
Okay, maybe it could be. Yeah.
Or what's the story? But like it was obviously a guitar hard case.
Yeah.
And yeah, Ryanair,
Uh,
dickheads. But so you've got that, and as well, like it's my understanding that a lot of venues in Europe, and no, not in Switzerland, they don't provide backline and stuff.
mm-hmm.
So you'd have to rent a backline. You're talking about a lot of costs, and you kind of have to know people in order to like.
Yeah.
When we went to Switzerland, we knew Ralf because Ralf had come over and
Yeah.
played here, so he was able to sort that out on his side. And I'm not sure it would have ever happened if we didn't know Ralf and we didn't have Ralf to sort it out for us.
So there is an air of caution about taking on something.
It's not even that. It's just like, so if I wanted to play France,
Yeah.
During the summer,
Yeah.
who do I get in touch with? Like I can go and look for, online and see French promoters, Google that, and surely come up with a couple of different people. But like, who am I to them? I get onto them and go, I'm a band, I want to, book this stuff. They're not going to cover your costs,
Yeah.
So if you're like taking, we'll say 2 weeks off of work and then paying for all this stuff out of your own pocket, and then, because you have to stay somewhere.
Yeah.
It's essentially a 2-week holiday with far more expenses.
What would you say to that, Ralph? Would you agree with him?
It goes both ways,
Yeah.
because we played here in Ireland two times, and it was the same for us. We wouldn't if we wouldn't have had the connection with Con,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been quite difficult to get our hands on proper equipment and so on.
Right.
So, but it's actually very true what he says. It can only work if you have a good relationship or a deep connection to other bands that would organize a big part of it.
Yeah.
And you have to book shows that would, in a way, cover some of the costs.
Yeah.
To cover all of the costs is almost nearly impossible.
Yeah.
But you can put a damage controller on
yeah,
it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as well as that, like you're expecting professional setups and stuff when you go over, and then if the
Yeah.
whole thing falls apart just before you even the reason I say that is a great example was Triptychon coming to Cork, and just everything went wrong. The sound was wrong, just the equipment was wrong.
But they were not happy.
No, you know.
No.
And I mean, Christ, if ever there was an opportunity there to kind of wow some band, that was that. And you know, fuck me, it's a bad one.
Yeah, it's funny because it isn't that hard to do it.
I don't.
You know, I don't want to step on any toes, but I know.
To be fair, it wouldn't happen now.
Because
I don't think so.
No.
I work for touring bands, doing guitar and bass tech and backline and stage management for festivals in Europe. So it's not that hard.
Okay.
You know, it's technically, you know, it's quite, you know, if you have to know people that you know what they are doing, of course. But
well, I mean, look,
it's a pity.
Yeah, look, I shone the light there on that Triptychon gig, but I would say at the time, being around the scene then, which I would describe as the second kind of coming of metal in Cork, you know, which is, you know, it's fucking seriously disappointing to see that happening, and I think there was very much a kind of an air, the fans anyway definitely thought that we're fucking getting in big bands the whole time, Cork is ready for it, and ultimately that happens then. It's the biggest fucking shot into the foot there, like, but I you know, and I genuinely mean that, because like the third coming is now, which is what you're seeing now with Con and Mark and Danny and stuff, and we've a lot better gigs and stuff, and I would be feeling the same way that if, as there you go, Rotten Christ show up, you definitely feel that they will be looked after. We have Cypress Avenue, the sound is class. But like that, how did that happen with Triptychon then, you know?
I know, but in fairness, I have to say probably they are not you know, the easiest client to work with.
I know the sound is shit.
As I know.
Okay.
But also
were you there,
quite
Con, by the
difficult.
way? Sorry. I'm not sure
I
if you were or
believe
not.
so.
Yeah, okay. It's just
That part of my life is a bit of a blur.
Yeah. Well, I would remember it because he's one of my heroes, you know, and fucking hell.
Thanks, man.
Con has been doing great music
since forever.
I was 15, you know.
No, but I totally get what you were saying. That well, I just remembered seeing Cork as a city on a touring poster.
Right.
Back in I don't know when, and I don't know which band, but I saw there was a city called Cork in a country called Ireland, and the venue was called, correct me if I'm wrong, Crusheen Lane. Crusheen Lawn.
Not bad.
Yeah,
not
so
bad.
I knew that, well, there's some metal happening there,
Yeah,
obviously.
Yeah.
Because otherwise I wouldn't have.
Like there was that in Nancy Spain's basically, and the bands that have played in both, to be fair, are fucking legendary, you know.
Yeah.
You know, we're only on about a Monomort. You know, I've seen them twice there, I think. You know.
Yeah, 2007, 2009.
Yeah. So I mean,
Behemoth.
Yeah. But like
also played in Nancy's.
Yeah, and you know the sound was good there. You know, it's just a weird one. It's like, all I'm saying is that the scene we have at the moment in Ireland, and I mean, I can talk about Cork, you know, really fucking confidently, as Con can. And then we saw Limerick there, post Amon again, and Bemont. And then there's the DME gigs in Dublin, and they're all fucking class. So it's something that you can kind of be proud of, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
And just go, well, Cork is an important, Dublin and Limerick are important stops for bands that are making their way around Europe. Get them in, you know.
Yeah.
So, so that's what I'm just kind of wondering about in relation to the likes of bands that are touring around Europe that mightn't have that necessary budget, but they'll still get into Ireland and still be welcomed. You know, that kind of way.
Yeah.
So, like, bring on the relationships that will
well, this is it,
come because of that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's kind of the easiest way to do that is by just, making forging relationships with other bands in other places, and just taking those opportunities as well. And it was simply you came over here that first time, and I don't know which one of us said, but we were like, oh yeah, we should play you should do this again, but in Switzerland. And we've said that to bands before.
It
and
was
bands,
us.
It was you. Okay. But
And you.
but bands have said that to us before. We've said it to bands before, but no one's followed it up.
Really?
But yeah, for whatever reason, we just followed it up, and then stuck with it, and we ended up doing it. So it's just following through on these things when you do say it, and just fucking every opportunity you have to play abroad, you should be grabbing it with both hands.
And we've Jim Tobin as well. Let's not forget out in Malta. Shout out to Jim.
Yeah.
How did that gig go?
Well, it was actually, weirdly enough, Jim was organising that gig.
Yeah.
And it wasn't through him, it was through Rex, the bassist and frontman of Victims of Creation. Great Maltese band. And he got on to me looking for a gig in Cork. And I said, yeah, no problem. I'll do that if you give us a gig
In Malta.
And then he was like, oh yeah, actually there's a guy from Ireland, he's organising a gig there soon, so I'll put you on to him. And I was like, is it Jim? And he was like, yeah.
That's
like,
bizarre.
Okay, yeah. Small world, bye.
It is, yeah.
But so we went over, and those lads, actually, Victims of Creation, will be coming over in August as well. They're playing with Hexis and Zadakrev in Fred's, which is going to be a ferocious gig.
Cool.
Yeah. So 3 mad bands.
So yeah.
Zadakrev, Swiss band. There you go.
Ralph,
Yeah.
get in there, son.
I know him very well. Freddy is the label owner.
Oh, you put out, yeah.
We released 2 of the Wolf Counsel albums on his label.
Okay.
So
Right.
I know him.
Sire of Crickets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tsar of Crickets in Basel.
Of Critics.
In
Crickets?
Tsar of Critics.
So like
Crickets.
Yeah.
so I was just laughing here. Would you, Ralph, like your experience in relation to teching now as well, bass, is it just bass and guitar you're taking, or
Guitar, bass, backline, stage management,
right? Okay.
whatever is needed.
Yeah.
But I work for bands, not exclusively, but there are a
That's
couple
what I
of
was gonna ask,
bands.
yeah.
Tell them who you were working for last week. Go on.
Carcass.
I heard of them.
Yeah.
They're from England, are they?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
They're French.
Yeah. So how did that?
They don't look French.
No.
So how did that come about? You're obviously doing a good job if you're still moving.
Well, if you, I've done it. I did it the first time in 2006 on the summers. I did Soulfly was my very first band. I did guitar and bass teching as a substitute.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
And you can just go no comment.
Yeah.
If it might impact your future
I
employment.
don't
record.
think so.
Is there a backing track going on there with the Soulfly?
Back then in 2006, no.
2006. Do swift calculations. After that,
I don't think so.
fuck. Okay. There's gonna be guys.
But I wasn't following them all the time, so I wouldn't know. But I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. No.
Because sometimes Max has his hands in the air and
Yeah.
there's
Both-
that fucking beautiful rhythm guitar
Mm,
chugging out of nowhere.
yeah,
and,
but
and Rizzo is fucking amazing.
I hears.
But
Maybe he played with 2 amps and I don't know. There are some tricks you can do without playing to a like a what's called a backup tape or a backing track.
okay,
Yeah.
so that's cool. That's forever lodged in my
Yeah.
brain.
So, but I wouldn't know. That's actually a big topic that started in the last 2 or 3 years. Bands using backing tracks,
Yeah.
and there's a big discussion about it because a lot of people, especially in the corporate music world, they think listeners want to listen to live music in a way they listen to it at home,
Yeah.
which in my humble opinion doesn't make no sense at all, but
Yeah. I
that's
agree.
just how it is.
I agree. Yeah.
And so some of those bands were somehow led into temptation to use
Temptation.
backing to say it in a diplomatic way.
That is a
but
great description.
Yeah,
of the
but
temptation.
that's what it is. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it,
Yeah.
but that's just my opinion, because I like, I just like to plug in and
Sure, it's the whole buzz of playing, you know.
exactly, and just like a couple of bands I worked for or know personally. I saw them live so many times, and it just makes a big difference if they don't use additional help
Yes.
from devices or whatnot,
Mhm.
and just plug in and deliver.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's class. That's a nice insight.
Yeah.
You could have done with a backing track actually, Con, in the Siege last year.
Oh Jesus!
You definitely could have, because I saw you around 6 o'clock, and I was thinking, bye bye, Con, good night.
Yeah.
You know, and fuck me, at the end of the night he rose like Lazarus, guitar in hand, and played a fucking stormer.
What are you talking about?
With Soothsayer? I know, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, man. When was it, last year or the year before that? You'd copious amounts of alcohol.
Oh, ridiculous amount. But that was
That was the Siege.
that was a horrendous gig.
I know, but you fucking made it.
Oh, I played it.
Yeah. And
Very,
it sounded
very
good.
badly.
It sounded good, but you
Yeah.
fucking
No.
you made it, man.
Yeah, just about.
So I was just
Scraped through.
saying, like, a backing track could have
Yeah, a backing
helped.
track of everything I was supposed to be doing. That would have been wonderful. Yeah,
You were proud though. You were standing there, man. You had
in my jocks.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm,
just respect.
terrible.
You got
It was
that.
shocking. Yeah, actually, so I have an expression pedal on my multi FX.
Okay. It's all coming
uh,
out.
thing. And so when we started the gig, I was playing away,
Mhm.
played away for a good long while, and I didn't realize that my expression pedal was up, so the volume was completely off. So when I spotted this, I just pushed my foot down on it. Now the sound man had obviously been trying to pick up my guitar the whole time. So he had everything on my channel up to the max. So when I pushed it down, it just blew the ears off everyone, and you could
Overkill.
see like just the faces on people. Like, they just got
He is here.
yeah, but no, Jesus Christ, that was a shocking gig. Yeah,
What do you think happened that night? Look, I mean,
uh,
let's talk amongst.
could have been the several bottles of whiskey.
Yeah,
I'd say,
yeah. I mean,
before I even got to the
let's
venue.
Let's just go there sometimes, because, like, we are actually all human at the end of the day. So there's
Ralph isn't.
Ralph is definitely fucking
He's a
human.
he's a dwarf.
Well, people can't see that,
He's a really tall dwarf.
and he's sitting on a tall chair, elevated.
We'll talk we will talk later. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
in the mines.
So how hard is it to stay away from the beer and fucking, like, as I said, you were on late, man. That was 1 o'clock, or it was either 12 or 1 o'clock that night. No, I met you during the day several times,
Yeah.
and you were fucking in great form, knocking back the beer, and I don't want to put the onus on you, but like, I'm just using you as an example.
It was totally my
insofar-
fault. It was a huge fuck up. It was by far the worst gig I've ever played, and it was a huge lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, I suppose, the excitement of going up to the siege. You know, I'm always a spectator first.
Yeah.
You know, like
You're a fan. Like,
you know,
yeah, you are.
I like watching
Yeah.
other bands play, and so I'll say, even if I'm going to a festival to play, I will always try and see as many bands as possible. Like, you know, you may as well.
Yeah.
you're into metal, then that's surely what you should want to be doing. But so the Siege is no different. And yeah, I went up really early. I think we left Cork at 11 or something like that.
Right.
And at the time, I don't know, it was my first. I know that so I had kids at that point. And so I wasn't getting to go out very often.
Okay.
So I was just like, oh yeah, we're after getting a minibus now up to Limerick. I'm going to go and get fucking hammered and have the time of my life. Do you know, I really wanted to blow out. Like, you know yourself with kids, and especially when they're young, the first couple of years. So that's exactly what I did. And we, I hopped on the bus at 11 and I had like a 2-liter Coke bottle, which I emptied out, and got a bottle of whiskey and dumped it all in there and to fill up the thing. And by the time we got to Charleville, where we stopped for a fag and a wee, that was gone.
Jesus.
So then I decided to pick up another one in we stopped at the Aldi in Charleville. And I picked up another 2-liter Coke and another bottle of whiskey. And I was draining the last of that when we were going. No, even if I drank fucking 2 bottles of Coke of that size, like 4 liters of Coke, I would have been shit-faced, I'd say. I was absolutely hammered. And the lads actually, in fairness, they were kind of just looking at me after a while, I'd imagine, and just going, oh, fucking Egypt, we're not going to be playing this gig at all. But so they wanted to get me away from the booze, because I just kept drinking pints and ordering whiskeys at the bar and stuff. My wallet was not happy. But so we they tried to drag me away from the bar, and so we were walking up to get a bit of food, and they turned around and I was nowhere to be seen. And they were like, where the fuck is Con? I was talking to some sailors who had just gotten off the ship, and they had a load of that really strong Guinness. You know, they're like the 9%
bottle stuff.
Guinness, the West Indies Guinness. And so they had given me a load of it, and I was just like chatting away to them, drinking away. They're like, only Con would be able to find drink in the middle of nowhere when we're trying to get him away from drink. So
you went for a lie down, because I remember talking to Pavel, going, where were you?
I didn't go down for a lie down at all. I went to the offie.
But did you not go to a hotel or something? You went missing anyway. I
went to the offie to get more whiskey.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then appeared after that.
And appeared, yeah.
Yeah. So that's Ralph. That's why I was kind of brought it up, because I mean, how the man fucking made it on the stage upright and looked like he was knew what he was doing.
I don't know how he does it, but I know him now for quite a while. But
yeah, and
he'll be always fine.
Yeah, that was
one way or the other.
Oh yeah,
that was one blip, and as you said, you learned your lesson there, man. That was. But I mean, I don't know, man. I thought you did fucking great show, like you know.
Yeah, well, I came away from that going, that was a terrible gig, but so many people have come up to me and said, oh yeah, that time you played in the Siege, that was fucking unreal.
But you have to remember, everybody was hammered as well.
But this is the thing, yeah. And some of them almost as hammered as me, evidently. Yeah,
exactly. It was very late. Like.
Yeah, no, I was properly embarrassed by that for a long time, actually.
Okay.
I was. Yeah, it really fucking annoyed me. So I was delighted then after a while to go back, and I made sure not to drink any whiskey, and we blew that stage apart the next time that we went up there.
Yeah,
sober. I think, do you know as well, like around that time I was kind of having doubts in my performance, kind of thinking to myself, like, I'm not sure if I'm able to put on a good show if I'm sober. I kind of felt like I was just standing there staring at my shoeless feet, you know. And maybe that was true, but I just found that I kind of felt that I needed to have a couple of drinks in order to play a good show, or kind of, you know, lose myself in the music and start throwing. I had hair back
I
then,
think kind of, and it's a great point. A lot of people are like that.
Yeah,
a lot of, and that's not just an Irish thing. Would you agree, Ralph?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's just
I
just
see
to
I see it
kill
all.
kill the nerves, you know.
I see it all the times. Even if people are not nervous, it's just what musicians in general. It's just what you do, and alcohol is available at almost every show
Yeah.
anywhere on the world.
Yeah.
Maybe except some countries where alcohol is strictly forbidden. Maybe.
And so
but
is metal as well. So
yeah,
they don't
yeah,
go together,
exactly,
You know?
exactly. But it's just what people do. So
Yeah.
some of them don't, or quit entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no, yeah.
Mr. James Hetfield.
Yeah.
That
For-
must have been fucking weird for him.
for example, yeah. Oh yeah. I think people, if you had to stop,
Yeah.
you have to adapt to performing sober
Yeah.
in that way, definitely.
But man, if I was making that much money per gig, I'd be skipping around the stage.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but still you're bringing problems though with
Yeah.
you, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Hetfield definitely was having the time of his fucking life.
Yeah.
Out in fucking
Oh no,
Alaska shooting bears, you know, and fucking not dealing with the consequences until he came back, you know.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, it's just something that's there. I think it's just part of maybe just the culture of the whole thing. It's rock and roll, you know. You have to have your fucking drinks before you go on the stage. But
Yeah.
I think kind of with festivals, and if you are playing in festivals, a lot of people are there to see you, and the earlier you are on the stage, the easier it is to fucking throw a great fucking gig out.
Yeah.
But if as the night goes on, I think definitely you will be getting caught up in the whole anxiousness, counting down the hours, have a few beers, and then
Or you stay away from the venue or from the festival until you play.
That's what a
that
lot
comes
of
with
people do.
maturity, though.
That's what. Yeah, I've of course.
Yeah.
That's what. But it's a matter of individual taste anyway. So
Yeah,
I never played drunk in my whole life. It's just I cannot handle it, especially when playing in fast bands like thrash bands or death metal bands, or if I have vocal and bass duty both. Then I just cannot do that when
And
I'm
more pedals as well.
hammered. It's just not. I cannot.
Yeah.
There might be others that can, but I
But
cannot.
Doom and sludge is great for that, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it really is.
You have all the time of the world
Yes.
until you
We play fast sometimes.
Anyway. So just going back, right? So you worked with Soulfly. What other? Go on, give us a few name drops.
Destruction.
Did you?
Messiah? Yeah, Destruction and Messiah are my main jobs at the moment. I don't do all of the shows because
Right.
they're doing about maybe 150 to 200 shows a year. So
Really? Is that how many they do?
yeah.
Messiah? Really?
No. Destruction.
just Destruction, yeah.
Messiah is doing I don't know. Oh, they're like a festival band.
They are, yeah.
Since they reunited.
What do you think of Destruction going as a 4-piece? We were all hoping for years for that.
Well, for me personally, because I knew them first as a 3-piece, because
Okay.
they're from the same region as I'm
Oh,
coming
is it
from.
really,
I
yeah?
speak the same dialect as they do.
Okay.
And
Was that kind of Bestial Invasion? Or
yeah.
that kind of...
Yeah.
that was
When I
some-
first heard them, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. No, maybe Infernal Overkill.
Oh, yeah, even better
Yeah.
again.
Maybe like that. But I think it helps them, especially with the new album. It is written for 2 guitars. It's not
Yeah.
possible to do it with
Mhm.
1.
Yeah.
But me personally, I have to get used to it
Yeah.
again, because I knew them back when Harry was in the band, when they released From Agony,
One of my favorites.
which is
Same.
my personal favorite
yeah,
too,
exactly, yeah.
because of the progressive touch it has and
Yeah.
the acoustic guitar elements in there.
It's just class,
yeah.
man.
No, I think he's doing a great job. I know him for quite a while, and it's their decision. entirely. I think it's fine. It's
I
fine.
haven't seen it live. My friend has seen it live as a 4-piece.
No,
It's an extra dimension.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
Sodom.
It is.
We saw Sodom at the Headbangers
It
Ball
is.
in Camden as a 4-piece, and it was fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, you'd Frank
Yeah, it
Blackfire
is.
back as well. It was
Yeah.
fucking great.
To
man.
me personally, a trio in German or a 3-piece band is something special.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's like
It's traditionally that
Exciter or Venom or
Yeah.
it's not that you don't come across a 3-piece band very often. Motorhead, for example, classic Motorhead.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
cool, man.
as
It's
freelance.
it's a nice, nice kind of background behind your story, you know,
Yeah.
which I didn't know. Thank you, Con, for bringing this
Well, there you go.
dude to the metal cell.
This fountain of joy.
Fountain of fucking joy, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like a no-brainer really when I knew he was going to be over for the 3 months in the summer. I was just like, okay, you've got loads of experience.
Yeah.
Will you be my stage manager?
And how long are you staying for, Ralph? Are you actually
June,
going?
July, and August,
Oh man.
and then September going back, and then we'll have a deep, long conversation,
I
my
don't-
wife and I,
I don't think it's going to be a long conversation, man.
about moving permanently
yeah.
to Ireland.
I know people in passport control. You're good, man. You're good. But so that's it, lads. Unless you want to trying out there, kind of covered a lot. We covered Monolith, which is the most important part,
Absolutely.
which is coming. So we want to see everybody at that.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
It'll get a good crowd because, yeah, I mean, as I'm sure people are aware, like these things only happen as long as there's an audience there, and if there's not an audience there, then it ain't
Yeah.
going to keep happening, you know. So last year the Monolith all there was pretty well attended. I think we got a touching on 200 people in.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was something that I was trying to convince the lads in Surface Avenue to let me do for a long time, and in the end I kind of got fairly short notice that this is your date, go with it. So it
Yeah,
just meant I
cool.
couldn't book big bands like I had wanted to, but we said we'd roll with it anyway, and as it turned out they were happy with the attendance, so we got the same weekend this year. So I had a year then to plan, and so
Yeah. It's there. Did you check actually? Is there any clashes with any other kind of gigs nearby?
Independence is on that weekend.
Ah, fuck them.
Yeah.
They're okay.
Exactly. There is a bike rally
Huh.
apparently that hasn't happened for a number of years, so there
Right.
could be clashes there. Someone was
It's
mentioning
not
it to me
too
the other
bad.
day.
It's not too bad.
It's not too bad, but there would be some crossover. All right.
Okay.
But look, that's just the way. Look, there's
Yeah,
always
yeah.
going to be something else.
There will
on.
be something, you know, but
You know.
I mean, as I said, it's not too drastic.
Yeah.
And as well as that, you've got the draw of Rotting Christ on the back of, as we said, a fucking amazing album. So that alone for me is a winner straight away. And
Yeah.
then the bonus of every other band that we went through there as well. So Ralph, Con, thank you so much for coming to the Metal Cell.
Thanks
Thanks,
a
man.
million for having us.
Yeah, and we won't be seeing the last of you anyway, Ralph. And I hope anybody listening to this will check out Wolf Counsel and
all his delicious bands.
and come up and say hello to this lovely dude with a lovely ginger beard.
Yeah, he looks even more Irish than most Irish
He
people.
actually does, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go, man. You'll fit right
Yeah, that's my new career as a fake Irishman.
You can go down to Crosshaven for Ginger Fest.
in. There's a ginger fest there.
Yeah, I heard of it. Yeah.
If you want to email me, if you're a band, come to the metalcell@gmail.com. And again, thanks to the lads. Be sure to attend Monolith. Pass the word around. You'll see posters. You'll see it on Facebook. And tell people about it. Over and out.